My Fresca. Hello, one and all. You bunch of stinky dorks. It's your boy, Tard Kent, alias the man of STEELBOOK. Vinegar Syndrome just announced a bunch of shit that they want you to buy, and I'm going to tell you all about it. First up is a little movie that you may have heard of called Devil Times 5. Maybe you haven't heard of it. It is coming out in 4K. It's going to be a 4K Blu-ray combo pack from old Vinegar Syndrome. You can count on them to include a Blu-ray with all their 4K shit. So don't feel bad if you're not on that 4K time yet. There's a Blu-ray in there for you. Devil Times 5 is a film from 1974. It's about some kids that have escaped from an asylum. They meet up with some people in the woods, they get taken in, and they kill all them motherfuckers at their chalet. Wasn't that the motherfucker in Dune? Timothy Chalamet, right? He was in Dune, wasn't he? Google that shit for me, babe. Personally, I am eager to see how they're going to sell me these kids killing people older than them, all right? I mean, it's one thing if they're 15 or 16 or 17, but we're talking about like kids. And I'm telling you right now, I fuck a bunch of kids up. And I do legit drugs. And I would fuck a bunch of kids up. I don't care. Give them machetes, give them chainsaws. I don't give a fuck. If they're preteen, I'm fucking them all up, right? I'm gonna grab that fucking chainsaw right out their hand. I don't care. If you're preteen, you ain't got that fucking testosterone coursing through your veins yet. And I got at least a little bit of that left. So I'll fucking kick them, karate kick them, boom, square in the chest like fucking Charlie Murphy. Just boom. I'm fucking all those kids up. So right now, I'm not sure how you're going to sell me some like 8, 9. I know it's like a taboo. That's kind of what they're playing with here. It's like, oh, you don't want to see like little kids get all fucking psycho, right? Apparently, you do if you buy this movie. Leif Garrett is in this movie. I almost called him Leaf, but it's Leif. Leif Garrett is in this movie. Y'all might have heard of him if you're old like me. If you got gray in your beard and your bush, then you've probably heard of Leif Garrett. If you're a younger person and you do not yet have gray in your pubic hairs, then you can Google him and just act like you knew who Leif Garrett was. He was a big deal in the 70s, not so much since we've been alive. So, you know, if you're old, you know about him. If you're really old, you might have even like yerked it to him in the late 70s. I don't know. I don't even know if yerked is what we call it. Wait a minute. Chalet is it's a cabin. It's like a fancy cabin. It's like a cabin for rich people. Chalet, yes, it's a French word. It's not the kid from fucking Dune. I thought it was a kid from Chalamet. All right, whatever. Sounds the same to me. Hell's Trap is also getting released by Vinegar Syndrome. Hell's Trap. This is another Mexican film coming hot on the heels of Intrépidos Punks. I think we're gonna get a glut of Mexican films for the remainder of 2024. Thank you, Vinegar Syndrome. I appreciate it. In Hell's Trap, a dude named Nacho is competing with his homeboy. They have like this rivalry, I guess, like sibling rivalry almost. But they're not siblings, they're just homeboys. And apparently, like they like each other, I guess. They're homeboys, but they also want to one up each other really, really bad. I don't know if they fuck each other's wives or whatever, but I imagine that has to be involved. If you're competing with your homeboy trying to one up each other, at some point, both their wives is getting fucked by the other dude in the ass, probably. After all the wife fucking, the dude named Nacho and his homeboy Mauricio or whatever his name is, they're competing to see who can kill the bear first. I guess they're done with the wife fuckings. And right now they're going to compete against each other to try to kill this man-eating bear first, to be the first one to kill it. Only problem is this shit ain't no bear. The trailer for this movie makes it seems like it's a killer with like a Walmart brand Michael Myers mask on. He got like Walmart Michael Myers. He got like Temu Freddy Krueger glove. And he's whacking people out. This psycho killer that takes after Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger. He's the one who's killing people. And he just makes it look like a bear because he got like the Freddy Krueger claws and he just makes it look like a bear was like mauling these motherfuckers to death. None of that is really super compelling to me, if I'm being completely honest. But what is compelling to me about this film is there's a scene in the trailer of two dudes just getting absolutely savagely mowed down with a fucking machine gun. The dude with the great value Michael Myers, he's just mows two dudes down, and they just stand there, and they're doing that 80s thing where they just, it's like they don't fall. They get shot 15 fucking times, and they don't fall down till the guy's like done shooting them. I'm pretty sure in real life, the moment you get hit with a bullet, you start to fall. Like maybe the guy could get a few more in if he's really quick on your way down. But like every fucking 80s action movie has some guy getting like shot up and he's just standing there doing the fucking thing that they do. We're like, just getting fucking shot up like RoboCop ejaculating, like, but they don't fall until they've been hit 15 times and the guy like runs out of ammo. He's got to reload, right? He's like, click, click, click. And then the dude's like, all right, now it's time to fall over. Boom. They do that here, and it's never been better. I mean, they got mowed down, and I'm sold. So Hell's Trap, I'm looking forward to that. I'm watching that with no pants on. Next up, Vinegar Syndrome is releasing a little film called Bloodbath at the House of Death. Is that a terrible fucking name for a movie? Maybe. That sounds an awful lot like the name a 7-year-old would choose for a scary story they wrote in 3rd grade. The plot also kind of sounds like a 7-year-old wrote it in 3rd grade as well. There's a bunch of scientists. They go to study paranormal happenings at a place called Headstone Manor. It's pretty on the nose, but apparently all of this is intentional. This is part of them building up the humor. This is actually meant to be humorous. If you check out the trailer, you will notice this one is like very tongue-in-cheek. It is really quite silly. We got Vincent Price doing kind of a comedic, sort of silly turn. I think he's already pretty well known. By the time this film came out, he's already got a reputation. He doesn't mind fucking shooting it full of holes like it was one of them goddamn dudes in Hell's Trap. So we're not going to take this movie too seriously. Bloodbath at the House of Death. We're not taking it very seriously. It's a silly movie made by silly people to make us laugh. So you know what? I give it a shot. Why not? This next movie made it move. The next movie is a little ditty from Hong Kong called Love on Delivery. And I got to tell you, this movie looks bonkers in all the right ways. Motherfucking Jim Davis going to sue the pants off of these fuckers. I'm sure they didn't get Garfield's likeness released to them. This has got to be one of them Chinese knockoff things. I'm already quite partial to foreign oddities, such as this one. This film stars Stephen Chow. So any of y'all motherfuckers who enjoy Shaolin soccer or Kung Fu Hustle, as well as doing drugs, this movie is for us. Okay. This is for us. The movie looks bonkers and kind of ridiculous and kind of stupid, but like in the right kind of way to make you feel just good about life in general. And they make good movies sometimes, guys. I'm going to buy this for the profanity alone. Shit.
Fuck you. Fuck you too. Fuck you. Fuck you. 4, 5, 6.
Fuck. I love it. The next movie is another Hong Kong cinema film that another 90s classic of Hong Kong cinema. This one is less on the comedic side and more on the Jet Li is going to kick you in the goddamn head side. This is a big one for me. This is a really big release for me. I have loved Jet Li movies since 1995. This is My Father is a Hero. I saw Romeo Must Die in the theaters, bitch. And not only that, but I snuck in Chinese food. Is that racist? I went to see a Jet Li movie and I snuck in a big old one of them styrofoam, to go order bitches where you like open it up. I snuck one of them full of General Tso chicken and fried rice into Romeo Must Die in the theaters when it was brand new and ain't nobody in my theater ever heard of DMX. That was a fucking experience. And I'm not sure, I might be racist for sneaking Chinese food in to see a Jet. That's not racist, right? Like just eating Chinese food, sneaking it into a Jet Li movie because like Jet Li is Chinese, and isn't that what he would want me to eat while watching Romeo Must Die? I thought so. I saw fucking Lethal Weapon 4 in the theaters, you bitch. Granted, My Father is a Hero is not on the level of some Jet Li films, such as Hero. Tai Chi Master is a low-key favorite of mine. Lesser known, underappreciated favorite, the Tai Chi Master, or even like Fist of Legend is Again, that might have been one of the high water marks of Jet Li's career. The Shaolin Temple, fuck, there's another. That was an early one, but that was another epic film. So I don't believe that My Father Is a Hero is quite on that level. Nonetheless, I have owned this movie on DVD since like 1999, maybe the year 2000. I don't know why I feel the need to prove myself, but look at that shit right there. Look at that Hong Kong ass shit. That shit is from Hong Kong. My Father's a Hero. Look at that blue fucking DVD case. They ain't even heard of a Blu-ray back then. I bought this shit in like 1999, maybe 2000, out the back of a fucking van in Chinatown. It's probably one of the first, I don't know, like 10 or 12 movies that I ever owned on DVD when I had that small collection circa 2000. Um, this was amongst my earliest DVD purchase, so there's a little bit of nostalgia there. Additionally, this film, My Father's a Hero, has Anita Mui in it. She is in a bunch of good shit like the Heroic Trio and the Executioners, which Criterion recently put out. R.I.P. Anita Mui. She was something else, man. She was in Rumble in the Bronx with Jackie Chan. She passed away in 2003 at the tender age of 40 from some kind of evil cancer. Also, Corey Yuen did the action choreography. I think he might have even directed this film. And he also passed in 2022 from the devil disease COVID. He was one of them guys that fell over in the streets in China. They caught it on video. I'm just kidding. I shouldn't have said that. I don't think that I've seen My Father Is a Hero since maybe like 2003 or so. Like Anita Mui might have been alive the last time I watched My Father Is a Hero. So I'm due for a rewatch. I will be buying this shit. I will be doing my rewatch with the Vinegar Syndrome version Blu-ray of My Father Is a Hero. Bitch. And I'm looking forward to them special features because this fucking Hong Kong disc didn't have shit on it. All right. Vinegar Syndrome is also putting out a couple of cinematograph releases, two cinematograph releases coming from Vinegar Syndrome. The first is a little film called Joyride. This is a 1977 dark comedy film starring Robert Carradine, a young as fuck Melanie Griffith. Man, I ain't never seen her looking this young, as well as Lucille Ball's son. That's fucking crazy. Look how old Melanie Griffith looks. Look at that shit. Holy shit. She was about 20 when Joyride came out. And I tell you that she doesn't look a day over 16. I feel like I'm about to get added to a registry. If I keep talking about it, people are going to be able to look me up on the internet. Like, don't move into this guy's neighborhood. Shit. Look, she's 20, people. The stirring in your loins at this moment is perfectly legal. It's perfectly natural. And I got to add that I'm still sad about her and Antonio Banderas breaking up. That was unfortunate and made me a little sad. As an aside, Melanie Griffith did that thing that some people do, especially in Hollywood, that I fucking irrationally love when they do this. She married the same dude twice, Don Johnson. She married Don the fuck Johnson in 1976, divorced him, and then married his ass again in 1989. She even married another dude in between. Like she married Don Johnson, married another dude, then married Don Johnson again. I don't know. I don't know why. I fucking love it when people do that. I don't know why. I love it. It's not like it worked out the second time either. They divorced a second time. She divorced Don Johnson a second time in 1996. Like marrying a person that you've already divorced once before is like next level commitment. And I can't decide if it's like 4D chess or mental retardation. I just fucking admire it. To me, it seems like the dumbest thing on earth that you could possibly do. And there are people out there willing to fucking do it. I think they're dumb as fuck, but I admire them. I raise my fresca to you, Melanie Griffith. You married and divorced the same dude 2 times. That's called I don't fucking learn. That's what that is. I don't fucking learn. As another aside, seeing that she's been married 4 times to 3 dudes, do you think there should be like a limit on how many times one person should be able to get married? I'm thinking I fall into like a 2 strikes and you're out, right? Everybody deserves a mulligan. You get 1, okay, but 2 strikes and you're out. After the second one, you just got to be done. I mean, when you've been divorced 3 times, you're Melanie Griffith, you've been divorced 3 times, you're contemplating your 4th marriage. you really have to consider that maybe you're just not cut out for that type of relationship, that level of commitment. You might just say, you know what? Some people got it. Grandma, grandpa, they managed to do it. Probably didn't have any other fucking choice because it was the 1950s, but whatever. They managed to do it. But me, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm too rich. I'm too rich. I got too much money. Look at Antonio Banderas' dick right here. It's too tasty. I can't. I need that fucking sausage. Joyride is a movie. It looks a little wild, but I'm thinking I'm going to stream this one first. The second cinematograph release that was announced is called Thieves Like Us. This one's coming to 4K. Joyride was a Blu-ray. This one's a 4 fucking K. They got all 4Ks in this motherfucker, and it stars another Carradine, Keith Carradine, Robert's older brother. So both cinematograph releases are 70s films starring one of the Carradine brothers. I really think they should have done a third one. Cram it in this month. Get one with David Carradine in it. Pull the fucking hat trick, you guys. Get all three of the Carradine brothers that went into acting all in 1 month. Y'all fucked it up. Thieves Like Us also stars the late, great Shelley Duvall, which makes this release relatively well timed. Duvall only recently passed away. R.I.P. Shelley Duvall. Best of all, this film is directed by Robert Altman, which makes it basically an essential film of the 70s. It's essential viewing, in my opinion, because of its pedigree. There are no less than 3 audio commentaries on this disc. This release will keep you busy for quite some time, my friends. This includes an archival commentary from Altman himself. So that's also pretty cool. I think this release is one that's going to be well worth the cash. I have yet to be let down by a Vinegar Syndrome 4K. I'm going to buy 3 or 4 of these, and I'm going to sit on 2 of them, maybe 3 of them, and then put them up on eBay for quadruple the price in 2025 or 2026, whenever they go out of print. And hey, it's how I roll. They think I afford this leather chair, scalping shit on eBay. How do you think I afford to drink Fresca every day? God damn it. I spent too long autistically obsessing over Melanie Griffith's marriages. That's the Vinegar Syndrome releases, man. They released a videotape on DeGosser as well. It lights up. It does that shit. I don't know, man. I can't bring myself to buy VHSs. That's another rant for another day on a video that's not already 21 minutes long. But I will just say that Vinegar Syndrome, I think, is kind of a wild label. I mean, they do have some pretty big gets, especially with cinematograph recently. They're putting out a goddamn Robert Altman movie, for Christ's sake. I mean, that's some Criterion Collection territory. And I usually think of Criterion and Vinegar Syndrome as having very distinct lanes, right? Like, I don't think that Criterion would ever touch a film like Hell's Trap. You know what I mean? Although I do believe that with the new cinematograph line, I do think that now Vinegar Syndrome is maybe stepping on a little bit of Criterion toes, because I could see Criterion putting out films like Going South or Little Darlings, or especially Thieves Like Us, because there was a little while there where Criterion had a Robert Altman boner. I'm sure they'd love to put out Nashville again. That's out of print, but there's several other Robert Altman films like Shortcuts and others that are in print and available from Criterion Collection currently. So, it just feels like 95% of Vinegar Syndrome releases is shit you ain't never heard of, or that maybe you've heard of but you ain't never seen before. And that makes them awfully similar to other, things like Unearthed Films and Fun City Editions and stuff, where it's like, I've heard of the Coca-Cola Kid, but I ain't never got around to watching that shit yet. Maybe I'm gonna check it out. Shit. I mean, I've heard of Paradise. Phoebe Cates is nice, but I've never seen Paradise before. But companies like Arrow, for instance, I mean, they're going to be putting out pretty big movies. I mean, they're putting out Desperado and other shit this month. So, Vinegar Syndrome, I feel like is getting pretty big. Like, they're growing into some of these bigger MGM releases with things like Showgirls and Roadhouse, and now with the cinematograph line, they really are kind of stepping on some Criterion toes, and it has helped to diversify their offerings, I think, especially with the cinematograph line. So I compliment them on that line for diversifying kind of what they're offering on their website. And thank you for watching, nerds. I hope I haven't ruined your evening by obsessing over Melanie Griffith's marriages, but go Google that shit and look that up. And let me know in the comments below, is that insane when somebody marries the same person twice? Is that fucking crazy, or is that fucking like true love? And why does it never work out, right? Like if it worked out the second time, you'd think, all right, this person's wise. Like they made a mistake, it didn't work out, but they went back to the drawing board and they did it again. Here I go again, off on another tangent about motherfuckers getting married to the same motherfucker twice. Let me know in the comments below what you think of that. Fuck the movies. Tell me what you think about weird motherfuckers marrying other motherfuckers twice. And I'll see you next time when we talk about some Criterion shit. Peace, nerds.